Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. Man, it's a beautiful day out here in Central Ohio. I have another review for you today. This one's from Rain City Skills. Once again, they sent me two over whenever they sent me the last one. And so here's this next one. You can currently buy it on their website, just released. Anyways, all that to say, this is their 2 bits. It's in this little pouch here. So we're gonna open that and talk about this little mini micro yo-yo. Let's get into it. So as I said, it is a micro yo-yo, and I just brought this out. I don't always talk about packaging, but Rain City, you know, they are kind of known for, they're sometimes goofy, over the top, but also kind of just adorable. You know, just look at that little pouch there, and they've branded it with, you know. Anyways, so let's go and open this up. I do have some string in here. This is their like really thin string, so I would recommend that for this yo-yo as we go forward. They said you can take normal string. I wouldn't recommend a thick string. So like my Prestige string, I haven't even tried it, but it is a thin yo-yo, thinner gap, right? So it's just gonna be better to have a thin string, and it's nice that includes a nice little bundle of that, and you can buy it, of course, on their site. So here we go. Let me go ahead and take the string out of the gap so you can see the full thing here. So this here is the 2 bits. 2 bits, and it gets its name from the size of a quarter, so it's right about that size there. So like 2 bits is kind of a nickname for a quarter. So anyways, it's the construction of this yo-yo is actually stainless steel. You might think that it might have been brass or something like that, like the Looney was. And reading kind of the bio on this a little bit, this was maybe closer to the original design of the Looney. The Looney is a little bit bigger than this one. This one's quite a bit smaller, and it feels quite a bit smaller, and it's a lot less forgiving than the Looney was. So if you haven't checked that out, I do have a review on that. And so this is not Rain City Skills like first endeavor into micro yo-yos, but here we have the 2 bits. It is in stainless steel, like I said. It comes in a number of different colorways. I think there are 4 different ones. So this is sort of the gold colorway. I like that a lot. I think it has like a rainbow finish and things like that too. So check that out on their website. The bearing on this is a D-size bearing as opposed to an A-size bearing, which I think is an interesting choice. It is a concave D-size bearing, so that will help a little bit as far as keeping this, you know, on its tilt, not getting over tilted rather. Yeah, it does kind of have a high wall, but the response pads take up that entire wall because of how small it is. The diameter is almost exactly the same as the width. It's right around 21.5-ish millimeters there. It's right about 56 grams, which it's a little heavy actually, and I was surprised how heavy it really was. So it's definitely going to be not very forgiving, right? It's going to be a novelty yo-yo, obviously. I don't really know too many micro yo-yos that aren't novelty yo-yos, but this will be a fun challenge. And I mean, really, it's kind of fun just to have a yo-yo that you could throw in a pocket and you wouldn't even notice it, right? So that's kind of fun. You could wear this around a chain even, you know, and be like real cool. All right, anyways, so now it does have the Lego hubs there, design on there, and I brought out some of the finger spin, and I was a little disappointed. They don't fit. The diameter is so small on this that it doesn't fit in there, but it will take smaller pieces of Lego pieces. So if you want to, you know, accessorize and make it cool, all that, you could throw in a smaller Lego piece, maybe like a 1 piece, you know, one, not the anime, but you know what I mean. Anyways. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and actually play it. We will test our patience. I mean, we will test to see what this can be. Anyways, yeah, let's go play it. Okay, welcome back to the on the string section here with the, I'm already failing, the 2 bits from Rain City Skills. Like I said, this is going to be a yo-yo that might frustrate you as far as, you know, just kind of landing pretty much anything. Even like a trapeze might even be a challenge, right? It's not impossible. I appreciate that they created this yo-yo as wide as they could, right? I've played a lot of micro yo-yos that I don't feel like it's just so hard and so frustrating to hit the gap because they aren't really that wide. But this one works out okay as far as that. So it's a little bit more forgiving, but man, like, wow, I actually pulled off 3, but then I can't seem to get it binding. And speaking of bringing this up for a bind, I would recommend really being conservative with your binds. What I mean is, like, I wouldn't do any really flashy binds. I just feel like you're probably going to lose control of it. It's going to kind of half come up or something like that, and you don't want that. Like I said in the hand section, it does come with some of their thin string. I highly recommend that. It has this sort of white and red, which is nice. It kind of reminds me of Christmas a little bit, and then with the gold, you know, it's very Christmassy. Anyways, so I like the thin there. But I also would recommend shortening this string a little bit more than maybe you averagely would. So if you do full length string, like, you know, up to your belly button or even higher or something like that, I wouldn't recommend doing that. You're just going to have a lot of extra string in the gap. So kind of like you would do maybe for fixed axle or something like that. So I have this kind of at more my waist level. You know, I'm like 6'2", so it's still pretty long, and I'm still able to kind of pull off, you know, tricks enough that I don't feel like it's too short, you know. I always like to try a black hops with a micro yo-yo. See if I can hit that. So close. I think the challenging part, really, honestly, with this yo-yo is keeping it stable. Not so much hitting the gap. I mean, that's hard too. But I feel like keeping it on plane. See, I hit the gap there twice. Almost clean. Come on. So hitting the gap is also a challenge. But there's all kinds of challenges with this yo-yo. Getting bit up by mosquitoes while I do this too, which is really fun. I'm going to count that. I'm going to count that. I'm going to count that. I've tried it way too many times. It's funny how, like, just that little gap, like, it just slips out of there really quickly. So anyways, this is a lot of fun yo-yo. I like micro yo-yos as a novelty yo-yo. It's just fun to kind of carry an extra one, like even throw it in a bag or something, or a pocket, just to have, just to kind of, like, I don't know, just to give you a challenge if nothing else. So this one and the Looney, they're very, very different yo-yos, but I kind of like this one a little bit better as far as just, it's a true micro yo-yo that just is going to, in my mind, whenever I feel like I play a micro yo-yo, like, it's a pain in the butt to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it should be, if that makes sense. It should be a major challenge. And I feel like this one's a lot more challenging to play than the Looney is, and that's okay. But it's still very playable. It just, it might frustrate you, and that might be a good thing. So anyways, that's gonna be my take on the 2 bits by Rain City Skills, and until the next one, later.